Hello, it's Bob from the Two Old Guys Garage. Another minor job on the 32. Last week when Lou and I came back at later in the evening from the Christian Cruiser car show, I noted that the dash lights on the coupe were not very bright, and I couldn't quite read the gauge amounts on those 4 gauges. And a little bit of history. I think most of you know I built this car in 1960 in its current major form. And when I worked on the dash, those days were not a lot of money. These 4 Stewart Warner gauges were available in 2 forms. One without light bulbs, dash internal bulbs, and the other one with internal dash bulbs. And the difference was like $2 or $3 more for the dash light bulbs. Money being short, I opted for buying the 4 gauges with no dash bulbs. Well, I needed to have them illuminated. And what I did was, up under the dash here, I cut holes and I installed license plate lights from a German 1957 DKW. That being, at the time I was a professional foreign car mechanic, so a lot of foreign stuff crept into the car. Anyway, in those days also I had a Sun, the old-fashioned Sun tachometer. Did not have a speedometer. It too did not have any lights in it. So when I installed the dash lights from the license plate lights, I split them across the 5 gauges, and subsequently later on, years later, when I converted to this digital speedometer, this has an internal light, which is fine. But the light for that left side, they're symmetrical from the center of the dash, and that kind of skews it off. Ideally, I guess these days, with these particular gauges, it would be better to have a light here and a light here illuminating down. Well, the other thing to consider is that, you know, in 1960 I was 20 years old, and my eyes had a lot more light gathering capability, which at this point, being 85 years old, has decreased, so I don't get as much light coming into the eyeballs as I used to. Anyway, I thought, well, I'm going to check it. So the other day I went, laid on my back, which is really difficult to do, got up underneath, and discovered that I couldn't take the lights out from under the dash because there's a secondary piece of metal here that I had to cut and peel to make room for the lights, and I did not make enough room to allow the light to be removed when the dash is installed. So, in fact, you can see that there's a cut there. And when I made these cuts, this and this sides, the 4 sides were, of course, done with a hacksaw. And then I obviously took the sheet metal from this back piece and bent it up. Well, when I bent it up for enough clearance for the dash to fit with the lights, but there's not enough clearance for the lights to come out when the dash is installed. So I thought about it. I thought, well, all right, it's been a few years. Let me unbolt the dash and see what it looks like, which I did this morning. You can see it's still taken off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws that hold it in. These are very clever. Never seen them since, but my father-in-law had them. They worked out quite well, especially considering these are sheet metal screws, and like most things in the old Fords, these are threaded inserts, but the size is very suited, and it holds it quite well. Anyway, I took it down this morning, and I don't know if I can show this, but this is the bulb that come out, and if you look at the bulb on the right side, you can see it's got, oops, there was the bulb. It's blackened on the inside, which happens when there's a slight air leak and the electrons coming off the filament coat the glass and give it a kind of a black. So it turned out that I did have one brand new spare bulb. So I've been experimenting this morning. At this moment on the right hand side, which is what I'm working at, I've got the new bulb over here and the old bulb over here. So I'm going to show you what the difference is between changing bulbs. If you look here, this is the new bulb. And if you look here, this is the old bulb. So old, new, old, new. Very definitely brighter. Is it bright enough? Is it going to help me at night when I'm driving? Well, it's going to help me, but is it going to solve the situation and make me able to read the gauges? Don't know. I'm going to look at this later on tonight. But in the meantime, I've been researching, and I've actually found and ordered LED replacement bulbs that are the same size. These are 3418s, which in 1960 was very common in foreign cars, not in American cars. However, in the ensuing years, they're tubular, as I showed you before I dropped that other one. This is the tubular bulb. These days, this bulb is quite common in American and foreign cars. So, to my surprise, I had a spare bulb for it. And what I've done is, as I said, I've got LED bulbs ordered that are coming from Amazon. They will be here tomorrow, and I'll test the LED bulb on the right side and do a comparison to see if I want to go with. There's a lot of customer reviews that say that the LED bulbs don't last long, they flicker, so on and so forth. So we'll see. Anyway, the backup to that is the putting in new, quote, 6418 bulbs, which are sold in 2-packs from, $5 to $6, $7, and they're almost certainly carried in the Walmart automotive section. So I'll probably take a trip. If I decide to go with the stock non-LED bulbs, I'll go down to Walmart and pick up a couple of fresh ones and put them in. But in the meantime, I'm curious to see what the LED ones are going to look like. I had considered maybe taking the die grinder and grinding that folded back piece of sheet metal. However, it wasn't as difficult as what I thought to take the dash down. And if I get in there with a die grinder or a grinding wheel, all kinds of spark shit and metal pieces, and I don't think I want to really do that. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to sit back and wait, maybe have another cup of coffee, and I'm going to see what happens with the LED bulbs. Now the LED bulbs, by the way, they will light on one side. If they're too bright, I probably could rotate the bulb so that the LED light part is in the socket and it's a bounce back to reduce it. We'll see. Something else to play with. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to pause this and I'll catch y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, hi, Bob, I'm back. I received today 2 of the brand new 6418 bulbs. I also received the LEDs I ordered. Unfortunately, I ordered the wrong ones. The length of the 6418 bulb is 39 millimeters from end to end, and the LEDs that I got were 36 millimeters, which meant they didn't get held tightly enough in the housing, the light housing to hold them steady. So I've sent it back, and they did happen to have 39, so I've ordered a set. They won't be until tomorrow. So for now, I've got the car back together with the 2 new bulbs from this package, and you can see the 2 old bulbs are pretty badly blackened. And this is the one spare new bulb that I had that I haven't used. I decided to use the two other ones. So what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to put the lights out and go film what the two new bulbs look like. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it'll have to work. I have to drive the car tomorrow because my wife's car is in the garage. She's got my van, so I need to go and do something. And so I put the coupe back together temporarily, and I'll get to the LED lights later on. So hang on, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, back. All right, so there's the new bulb. Definitely brighter. I can kind of see them. Question is it going to be enough if I'm out driving at nighttime? I guess we'll find out the next time I take it out. Anyway, another thing is that my eyes don't adjust very quickly anymore due to old age, so consequently when I'm driving at nighttime, a car coming the other way, the bright lights will tend to close up the pupils, and then it takes longer for them to open up again to be more light sensitive. So we'll see. Anyway, I got the car back together, and I'll be driving it tomorrow during the daytime. And well, maybe tomorrow night I'll take it out and try it. And I'm waiting for the new correct size LEDs to come in, and then when they come in, I'll find time to drop the dash again and check them out. So until then, that's it. Good night, everybody. Take care.